We're continuing to talk and watch freestyle skills, and today we're going to discuss breathing. So breathing is pretty simple, and that all swimmers really need to do, they need to breathe low, they need to breathe straight, and they need to breathe fast. And so if they can achieve those three objectives, they're going to be really set for having a good, fast breath. And so the issue is when swimmers lift their head, down go the hips, and when swimmers pull their head to the side, that means the shoulders are going to go to the side, the hips are going to go the other way, and then when they bring the head back, the shoulders are going to come back, the hips are going to go the other way, and now they're wiggling through the pool. And obviously, the more extreme these movements are, the more problematic they're going to be. However, even really subtle movements, that lifting the head, pulling it to the side, and leaving it out a little bit too long, they're still going to have an impact on speed. And so the more swimmers can keep things really straight, really low, and really fast, the more effective they're going to be. So we'll get started looking over the surface, and the first thing I want you to pay attention to is how fast the breath is. And so the breath is quick here, and then it's back down. It's quick here, and then the head is back down before she's even recovered the arm. And so the breath is really fast, and that's going to be important because any error that's made is going to be magnified the slower the breath is. And so if the head is lifted and it's lifted for a long time, it's going to be worse than if it's lifted and held up for a small amount of time. And likewise, if it's pulled to the side and it stays there, that's going to be a lot more problematic than if it goes out to the side and then comes back really quick. So this athlete does a really good job of getting the head back down quickly, as you can see here. Second thing, you'll notice that the head lifts up slightly to breathe, but it's not excessive and it's not hanging out there at all. And so it lifts just enough to get some air, and then it's going right back down. And so there's not a whole lot of up and prolonged up action of the head. And the second thing is the head doesn't pull to the side either. It's coming straight through, straight forward, and it's not going out to the side. So again, this breath is low, this breath is fast, and this breath is straight, and it's going to cause a lot less problems with body alignment. It's going to cause a lot less problems with rhythm, and it's going to be a lot more effective in creating speed. And so breathing doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be straight, it just needs to be low, and it just needs to be fast. And swimmers can focus on that. They can execute that skill. Freestyle breathing is going to be a lot more effective. So we'll take a look at the same swimmer here under the water. And as you can see, the head lifts up slightly to breathe because it has to come out of the water to get some air. But the whole head is not coming out of the water. You can still see a huge part of her head is still under the water here. The head is just turning enough and lifting enough to get the head clear of the water. The second thing to pay attention to is how fast the head gets back down. And so right there, her head is back down in alignment before the hand gets back in the water. And again, you can see from this angle, the head's not moving to the side. It's not pulling to the side. There's no lateral movement in the stroke as a result of the breath. And so a good clean breath here. Head stays low, breath stays straight, and it happens pretty fast. So sprinters are obviously not going to be breathing in 50-meter races. However, they do need to breathe in 100 freestyle races, and a lot of times they're breathing every 2 strokes. So in order to maintain their speed, their breathing is going to have to be really effective and really fast. And if they lift their head, they pull it to the side, one, that's going to disrupt their alignment and slow them down. But two, it's going to take more time. And the more time that they take breathing, the slower their stroke rate's going to be and the slower they're going to swim. So they have to breathe really effectively. They have to breathe pretty tightly. And doing so is going to allow them to maintain their speed as much as possible. So we'll watch an athlete here, and as you can see, the breath is really fast. He gets his head back down in the water way before he gets the hand into the water. So watch here, his head is back down, and his arm just now enters the water. And so he's taking a really, really fast breath. And when he does that, you can see that there's no side-to-side action. He's not pulling his head out to the side, and he's barely lifting his head at all. And so this is a super effective breath because it's low, it's straight, and it's fast. And the faster swimmers want to go in terms of the shorter the distances they're going to swim, the less they can get away with. And because the stroke rates are a lot faster, there's a lot less room for error. So they have to breathe straight, they have to breathe low, and they have to breathe fast. And unfortunately, a lot of swimmers really struggle with these skills, and it causes a lot of problems in their strokes. They struggle to maintain their alignment, which really creates a lot more drag, which slows them down, and they have slower breaths as a result, and that really slows down their stroke rate, which makes it really hard to create speed. And it also really disrupts their rhythm because the rotation and everything gets thrown out of whack when the breath is really hanging out too long or it's pulled way out of place and way out of alignment. So when working with swimmers and breathing, the keys: keep it straight, keep it low, keep it fast. And so it's all about finding activities that reinforce those skills. You don't have to make it super complicated. You just have to address those 3 skills. And if you can, swimmers are going to be able to improve their freestyle and swim a lot faster as a result. Hope that helps. And as always, keep it simple.